Hi. Yes, I know I started the stream early. That's not important. What's important is that I have ideas. I have had a very successful and productive in-between stream research session on my notes. It was actually not very difficult, but I've made a discovery. I feel very confident about this, but I also feel like I can't really substantiate it. But I think it's correct. Like, it all makes sense to me, and I think that's the best lead I have. The best lead I could possibly get, even. So, allow me to explain the results here. I have, you can't see it, but I can see it, the collection of all of my many memos, the blue notes we have found from the 8th rank, thanks to the tent. And I have searched through them for words involving coat of arms and family. Well, specifically, I searched for coat and family. So I'm getting a few false positives, like the coat check room, which does not matter. Point is, the family crest, the coat of arms, etc. I think we finally have enough pieces that I understand exactly what to do. Let's start at the beginning. There are exactly 4 notes that I know of that make reference to what I believe is the same thing. The coat of arms and the family core. Let's start with the coat of arms ones, because they are most directly to the thing that I can physically observe. Note in the wine cellar, numerals on the coat of arms are 4 different numbers. To remind you, the coat of arms has a string of Roman numerals on it, MCCXIII. If you interpret that directly as a single number, it would equate to the number 1213. The numerals on the coat of arms are instead 4 different numbers. This was the first note regarding the coat of arms that I got from the mini memos. So in my interpretation at that point, it was that it was 1213. I no longer think that is the case, thanks to note number 2, the mechanarium. On the coat of arms, the first numeral is 1 numeral, and the rest are each 2 numerals. This would imply that the Roman numerals as provided, and it has to be the Roman numerals. If we do 1213, there's an even number of numerals. It would not split as needed for the mechanarium note. So it's gotta be in Roman numeral form, which is an odd number of characters. It would therefore be M, separately CC, separately XI, separately II. This means the individual numbers 1211, 2. Okay. With that information, and just discovering the notion... Okay, actually, let's just go on to note number 3. The vault. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to go on to the numerals. We know this notion of numeral cores, or numeric cores, or whatever, where we take a number, split it into 4 numbers, do math on it, and get a new smaller number. I did that last stream on a quasi-whim to those 4 coat of arms numbers. And we got what I believe to be a correct family core of 53. Let's move on to note number 3, the big one that restoked the fires of this investigation, from what I'm only going to refer to as the blue. The family core is kept in the family vault. I immediately, because, family, I think I was thinking of it as like the family crest, this coat of arms. I might have been using the wrong term for it. Doesn't matter. I linked that to the coat of arms immediately, and I was like, okay, that's numeric core stuff. Family vault, maybe it's the vault. So I went there and found a locked box on the giant wall of locked boxes that has a 53 on it. That seemed like it was in a narratively significant hidden behind stuff location. But the trail went cold there. Until after the stream, I checked my notes and discovered note number 4, technically note number 3, the one in the vault itself. The family core is unlocked only by the sum of its digits. I had that note for a while, and it bothered me because when I was summing up the Roman numeral split of 1211 and 2, it just made 1213 again. But with a little extra creative thinking, and the new rediscovered importance of the number 53 in the numeral core, and the fact that it specifically says family core, what's the sum of the digits of 53? It's 8. Last stream, I lamented that I had no key to open the vault. Today, I think I know what that key is. Here's my crazy idea. We go to the gallery, take key 8, bring it to the vault, unlock box 53. That is my objective. This feels like the most concrete lead I've had since Antechamber 2. And even that one, well, okay, in retrospect, that one kind of bungled. But we figured it out. Or at least it was figured it out, and I learned what the figuring out was. It was an honest mistake why that one didn't work. But this one feels like just the right level of interspersed and crazy that I think we really got something here. This also puts us on a soft time limit. Because I remember from the will we found that the gallery is going to be deleted a year after Herbert died. Like, it's being donated to the Museum of Fine Arts or whatever. So that's concerning. It means that we don't have infinite time to get this to work. Let's check our resources. We got Blepter, we got Foundation Strat, Sleeping Mask, Lockpick. All of these are good. So, how we doing this? Actually, let's check our odds on this. Let's go to the room directory and check out the gallery. The gallery is unfortunately a very rare room. I think our best odds for getting key 8 out of there and to the vault is to abandon our telescope strats and put key 8, once we get it, into coat check. Because I think it's harder for us to get key 8 than it is for us to get the telescope. Because we know exactly where to look to get the telescope. So, I guess today we just sort of start. Now, this isn't to say that this whole crazy machination is the only thing we're doing today. We, of course, are going to look at the stars some more and see how betrayed or not betrayed the stars are going to be to us. It's also just generally beneficial. Time for something new. Okay, now exactly how much money should I be putting in here? I'm indecisive. I don't know. I know that, like, narratively important numbers tend to give us the monk. What about this one? Blessing of the Gardener. There are now 8 more courtyards. Now, will that be actual courtyards, or will they be our upgraded courtyard? I don't know if I like this blessing for what we're doing today, but we can counteract by using the banner. But I'm not going to activate the banner just yet because I want to get some bedrooms to get some key. Alright, here we are. Oh, there's a bedroom immediately. I suppose I can't complain about that. We could go for kennel because of how many sheer dig spots we might expect to have today. And Geist isn't going anywhere. Meanwhile, this way, there's another bedroom or den. As much as I like to get rid of the low access rooms early, I think I want to actually reach the corners here. Boudoir is fine for this. We're also starting with some pretty good resources because we ended yesterday with a lot of tomorrows. Still, I would appreciate a dead end here. Thank you. Oh, dead end here, please. That works. That works. I accept it. And what do we have? More rerolls. A key, a gem, and a few extra steps. 10. A lot of step. There's our shirt. Just a good shirt. Okay, entrance hall. North. There's our observatory. Might as well get that out of the way so that we don't lose that many steps. Okay, buddy. What do you got for me? Then gain 1 coin. Okay. Apples, Diamondus, the slice. Alright. Honestly, best case scenario for us. We much prefer to not lose all the steps. I'm okay with early observatory. A kennel, a puppy. Classroom, bedroom, nurse's station. We do not get nurse's station that early that often. I'm almost compelled. Might hold some value in the early to eventual future. Is that a thing? That's a gem. Saw that from very far away. I thought it was the lucky rabbit's foot, honestly, but it's okay that I'm wrong. Past the observatory. What do we observe? This will be 4 keys and gets us back onto the west wing. I'll take it. Admittedly, the thing we may want to turn our attention to is gem economy. And for that, how about we use this parlor as a bootleg dead end? Okay. This box is the middle box. That's false. The gems are in the middle box. This box is the middle box. Okay. We really have looped around to the beginning of the parlor universe, huh? They've forgotten that we're us. They've forgotten we're smart. I will gladly take advantage of the newfound convenience of this being easy, but kind of feels like I'm getting away with something. I have a question. If we observe the observatory and then subsequently get another star, what happens to the constellations? Do they change midday or do they stay that way? Additional question. Does that answer change if we draft a second observatory? And look through that one for the first time ever. Because I could imagine we look through the telescope and then those stars are locked in. But if we have a second telescope, we might be able to see something new. There's a lot of edge case questions like that I imagine they had to put some thought into when constructing the world of Blueprint the game. And I commend their ability to have actually made those decisions ever. Okay. 11 gems. Get more things. How's about we get a pantry so that we can head into the corner to our left? Some extra coin. I think... There is not much the locksmith does for us. We have 9 regular keys. We have the lockpick. The only thing this could reasonably get us that we don't already have is just a specialty key. And I sincerely doubt it's just going to give us key 8 out of nowhere. Meanwhile, utility closet doesn't really provide us much meaningful benefit. After all, it's... Well, it would allow the garage to open. It would disable the weight room, I suppose. Not the weight room, the gymnasium. Either way, if this area is going to be a dead end, we may as well let it be a dead end. Not turning off the keycard system. We have a security pass. It would just lock all the doors anyway. Well, Locksmith is being very insistent, but we're not ready for it just yet. Is this the first courtyard of our busy day of the blessing? Maybe it's time I start activating the power of the blue banner, or we look for Solarum. Nurse station, walk-in closet, Geist bedroom, utility closet, storeroom. Is it weird that I'm thinking about the sweepstakes right now? That my instinctive desire is to try and make that happen? This isn't the day for it, really. We have, like, a specific goal. Let's check the lab. Okay, for each bedroom you draft, for each different antechamber, whenever you draft the shop room. Let's go permanent increase lockpicking skill, and I imagine we'll draft the shop. I am not going with the bedroom one because we're already pretty deep into the number of bedrooms we've drafted. Like, we've already drafted 5. I'll take classroom. I just want to fill up as much space as possible for the best odds that we get the gallery. Just remove things from the pool. I will take commissary. And I will take commissary, we get the skill in lockpicking, and so we can fail to get the gems here because there are none. Well, I'll take the shovel because it benefits us. Sledgehammer is also a utility. Salt shaker is a value. And we'll leave the compass because I don't know if that will help us in particular. Oh, it could if we line up our gallery work north. Either way, either way. Okay. Given what we have, what we've seen, I am activating the blue banner. See if we can't make it real. Major key, minor key. What if it's key 8? It won't be, but what if it is? No, I'll pick break room. I trust break room. We need a break room in order to continue our foundation strats anyway. Right, the 1/ means half. 15 in an awkward way. 1/2 times 10 is 5. Again? Was it just the same one twice in a row? Or did I somehow click it without clicking it? Anomalous. I will pick conference room for good door alignment. Dining room is also good door alignment and plenty of food for the future. Well, we can't reach the bottom of the world like this. I won't be calling it a day in Planetarium, most likely. My consideration here is, do I spend 2 gems or do I make a useless room? Or do I reroll? I think I'll reroll. There we are. Okay. Our objective is clear now. Now we need to find the vault. I will pick wine cellar for good gem economy. You never know when we might just spend every single gem we have. We might get the study, and I might want to very explicitly use it. Behold, the family crest, the family core, the coat of arms. Look, I'm blending terms here. Ah, somebody dropped their patronage on the floor. Okay, new question. How do we get the vault? Well, it's a blue room, so this doesn't cause too much strife. So things we need is either the vault or coat check. These are not those rooms. I'm going to redraw once. Storeroom. I know I'm making possibly questionable choices. A lot of dead ends. But we gotta remember, our target is technically a dead end. We also don't have a lot of ways forward. I could use Silver Key to help with that. Many doors. I don't want to add rooms to the draft, so I'll take passageway. I said like pick and take at the same time. My apologies. Archives is unacceptable. We cannot risk it. I'll take boiler room. But instead of going north, I'm going to head east. Look for more options. Well, there's coat check. I think we accept coat check. We'll not use it yet. As long as we have a good step reserve, we can scheme and plan as needed. The library might help us get Vault with its rare room bonus strength power. I'm not really reading any of these books anymore, so I'm mostly just picking these by emotional vibe at the moment I enter the library. And on that value, I'm going to pick Drafting Strategy Volume 4 specifically. Alright. Trophy Room is Great Gems. Garage is the way out. Workshop is Combinations. I will reroll. I am looking for a vault. The study, however, could be a way. A method. It also, at the very least, consoles us with... Oh! Treasure! Study this map, why don't you? Hello. E5, huh? North of bedroom. I have the shovel. When we head back there later, maybe it'll be worthwhile. Mechanarium. Mechanarium is currently this, well, itself, utility closet, laboratory, and I think that's it. That is sufficient to get all possible outputs that aren't dead ends. And the corner rooms I don't care too much about. I don't have plans to go to the antechamber. I just need more room options. Oh, I appear to have been mistaken. Oh, of course, the boiler room I was in when I entered this room. My mistake. Well, that gives us free antechamber access accidentally. Let's head up here. Out of a lack of particular interest in anything else, I'll take the electric eel aquarium. Ah, right, that counts as a shop for the purposes of the mission, the experiment, the coin. Here's a corner room. I doubt there's any... Just conservatory. Happy to have, though. Always nice. Okay, these are all very normal rooms. I don't feel like modifying these. If I modify them, they will be like a marginal difference, and it may just as well make things worse as they are better. Found a brick. Found a coin. So there's antechamber. We care not for its allure right now. We are lured by something else. This is a complication. Can I really pass this up? It is an 8th rank Chamber of Mirrors. This is one of the 3 memos we don't have yet. And it's in a fine location for us to explore everywhere. Can we see the memo from here? On this pillar, it's not on the pillars over here. Honestly, it could be anywhere. We're gonna be hard pressed to find it, but I will endeavor to find it. Could be as easy as simply being over there. truth, it could be as hard as being up here. I am worried. Separate to that difficulty is the fact that we need to go back now. It's a bit of a walk to the Foundation. But I think we have enough steps to justify it. You may be wondering why I've been holding off on dining room and enjoying a lunch. And the reason is very simple. I can at least take the telescope now. The reason is because I'm playing around weight room. I'm allowing weight room to exist, and I'm trying to make the circumstances for getting a weight room as acceptable as possible. My plan is to either let my steps get really low and then go to dining room, or to deliberately select a weight room and then let my... and then take myself to the weight room, or the dining room. Basically, either we explore a lot of the house and then go to dining room, or we get the weight room and then go to dining room. Ah, right, the treasure. Time to dig. What did we win? We won gems. Great. I'm happy about this. So now we can do some good re-rolling if we so desire. Oh, that's fun. Now we can do big re-rolls. What trophy is this that I don't have? I just would like to fill out this top row. I wonder. Okay. Attic is... okay, I'm gonna redraw with the dice. Absolutely not. Redraw with gem. Again. Alright, we got 2 observatories. This might be worthwhile. Simply because we have the telescope now. I will telescope first. Oh, the stars do change! 1 coin for... each. Oh, I'm a fool. I did not math. Oh, darn it. Oh, I didn't realize that the observatory... yeah, it would be more power... of course it would be more powerful because... okay. I don't want to be here anymore. I bungled that because I got too distracted by the sky. The stars have betrayed me. I didn't. That was just a full-on, I did not think. And now we've lost key 8. Should have put in coat check. I mean, there's plenty of things I should have done and didn't. Can't really speak negatively about any particular one. It was a perfect storm of just problem. Okay. Fruit cellar might be really good for us, considering we still have the gardener thing going. I'm gonna be ashamed of myself for a while after that one. This is interesting. We do this, we get good chances at something happening. Yeah, I'll lose money for a right turn. Freezer is unacceptable today. None of these are particularly good options. I'm taking Treasure Trove for this. I have no key. Wait a minute, I don't even have... Oh, no! I just realized I don't have foundation strats anymore either. This stinks. This absolutely stinks. Okay. How do we fix this? This entire day might just be a loss. We just abandon it. Okay. 17 if I'm reading this good. Okay, let's figure this out. 9.5 plus... Okay, the way this is working out, it's gonna be 19 minus 10. I'm just shortcutting that. I forgot there was also rounding. It would have been 10. My apologies. Oh, but even more so, it's rounding after each operation. So this would be 10 minus 5 plus 9.5, which is still 10, minus 5 is 5. Okay. Hey, Garden. Well, this stinks. So it's either runs dead, or we have a conference room. Oh, that's a very runs not dead situation. We can now buy things. Corridor is basically necessary. Okay, we have one good shot come out of rank 2. Where are we taking it? Kennel is fine. We'll keep going. Hey, Bubby, how you doing? The Mount Holly gift shop is more doors, but we have to worry about locks in the future. Is there anything to buy here? The Rigiblocks console edition is coming soon. What do you think the Rigiblocks is like? Like, what do you think? How do you think it plays? Seems cool. Okay, we have options. The commissary will get us some good items. Gems, sledgehammer, set of gems. We are now swimming in gems. All we need now are keys. The mechanarium is just itself. That's really bad. it is just itself. This is as good as a dead end right now. I wonder if it counts as a dead end right now. Maybe not. You know, in terms of sweepstakes. Secret garden. Save me, secret garden. This is horrendous. I elect. We give up. I elect we give up. I'm gonna open doors to my personal convenience. And I'm gonna run the heck back to the break room. And I'm going to give up. Today is done. Today is over. There's no more today. Yeah, there's no more today. We're stuck. This is what happens when you make a massive blow. Okay, at the very least, we still have the scepter because the observatory is a blue room, but still. That was embarrassing. We had everything. Wow. I mean, I love this fruit spread, but also it doesn't matter. We're done for. Hello and welcome to the next day, because I don't want to think about the ending of day one and the entirety of that one. Alright, recollect, refocus. It's as if we just started, except we don't have as many tomorrow benefits. It's like nothing happened. Oh, right, we're obscenely rich. We could go to the showroom and buy that out, maybe. Get the buy that out trophy. We could freeze her a few extra times just to really up our money. I'll go tomb. I need to check something particular about the wording of the conference hall. Throughout the house. Okay. What this tells me is I don't think the tomb's money will be moved to the conference hall. But maybe it would. Something to experiment with. Okay, we're back to what we know and love, the classic foundation strats. We don't have to worry too much. I'm going to take workshop because it's the gear room, it's an item, it's access to the corner. There's just a lot going for it. Conservatory, perhaps. No, but laboratory, yes. I'm thinking about it. We gotta take Geist. We have the tomb today. Die. Or more, to be specific. Okay, that's good value. We have good reroll value. Now we just need to get more value. Well, I think I'll pick 10. We're gonna lose out on bedroom value if I don't play my cards right. Or it could be fine. I think this is a fine location for closed exhibit. I would have liked it more north, especially considering our lack of keys, but what can you do? Answer is have a better run. We don't have anything that might be relevant for that, but this might have a shovel. No shovel. Okay. The Foundation strats are being interfered with here. I'm gonna go to Commissary and hope they're selling a few keys. No, but they are selling a sledgehammer. And many other things that I appreciate. Maybe this one will have a shovel. And also this confirms that they are indeed always going to be core yards. All pass would be fantastic today. Okay, the Foundation strats are not happening today, it seems. That's okay. We can survive. We can endure. We will especially start enduring the moment I get any keys at all. Hey, look, a key at all. I'm taking Nook simply because it's a key and we need those. Mechanarium will have itself the workshop. That would be a straight line over to the closed exhibit and nothing else. Though I'd prefer it went east. Yeah, okay. Quick run over here. Maybe there's an item there is not. Okay. Our only ways forward are north of the drawing room and Foundation strats. I have suddenly forgotten how to draft well, and I apologize. I am responsible for my actions. I kind of want to try, you know? You know? I mean, this would save the run in a normal sense, but this is funny. And, you know, we're buying all of these things that can provide benefits, like the Master Key. Master Key, Moon Pendant, Emerald Bracelet, Ornate Compass. Now we just gotta find $24. Like, look, this is benefit. We're benefiting. Fill out the house. Fill out the house, find the money, get the money, hold the money. Money. Well, there's 8 money right there. Heads to the wing of the house. We could circle around with a West Wing Hall. Keep going. Not the progress I was expecting to make today, but progress is progress. There's treasure. Could the treasure be money? Doesn't matter if we can't find a dang shovel. Open. West Wing Hall is our good route for everywhere. It would have been nice to go to the garage for keys, except we don't care because we got the Master Key. And there's a thing somewhere. Oh, aha. A money. The study would be Hey. Hey, guess how many shops we have right now? You want to check that value? It was 2. Okay, so today's objective has completely shifted. Priority number 1 is getting this trophy, because you know what? Sure, we can get a trophy today. Why not? The Trophy of Wealth in recognition of affluence. Great. We're buying up the showroom's entire stock, including this trophy. Great. We're canonically rich now. I don't know if I should care. Like, what am I supposed to do with money? Buy things? Rotunda gives us good mobility. Like, fantastic mobility, actually. I'm gonna reactivate the banner. Because I want to see if we can get... the gallery again. And maybe the vault. But we need the gallery first. Gallery is of the first importance. Vault is of second importance. And a backup second importance is coat check, which will then become the new first importance for subsequent days. That's how that logically works, in case you were wondering how that logically works. Now, I don't know the conditions in which the rooms can be drafted. What do we even care about anymore? I'm gonna redraw once. I'm going to... oh, I'll take hallway. I got a sledgehammer. Some regular keys has value for us. I don't want to go north because it makes Rotunda redundant. I don't want to go south because it makes Foundation redundant. I think this is an excellent place for a coat check. Or just a dead end in general. Now we just need to find the gallery. I can rotate floor plans. We have coat check. There would be clock tower as well. I think those are fine. We have a way north with Rotunda and West Wing Hall, and we have the 3 rooms to the east of the Foundation. I will take clock tower here. Do we have a dining room already? I don't recall one. There does not seem to be any. Heading up here in case there's something of profound importance. There's a part of me that wants to rotate Rotunda ahead of time in case it's stopwatch. Nope, it is simply a single gem. Oh well. This is gonna be a bit. We've got at least 2 rotations to do. Oh. We need a shovel. Observatory, you have sabotaged this run in the past. I do not accept you here. That's a really funny way for this run to lose. I accept this. I suppose... we just need more rooms. More rooms we get, more likely for gallery, more chance of gallery, more chance of 8 key. I use a regular key instead of the master key. Oh well, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna redraw a bit. Security is a fine option, given it lets us go in both directions. Fine. I choose to improve the clock tower for tomorrow. We've accomplished a goal today. And I accept this. So I'm willing to shift to making tomorrow better. Hold on. Hold the phone. Okay. Correct the mistakes of the past. First off, try... No! You can't help but laugh. I, as the victim of this crime, have to feel sad, but really, I'm already an observer, and it is the most hilarious thing. It is already supremely funny. It is already hilarious. Welcome to the new and improved. Welcome to the new and improved curse of the car. Welcome to the curse of the gallery. Welcome to exception can't hold on to key 8. Welcome to exception has forgotten how to play the dang game. Welcome to the hubris zone. There it is. I would really like it if it just said, like, literally in really tiny text. Which one use the red herring? Which one use the red? Which one use the herring? Woo boy, welcome to the silly zone, home of yours truly, and you as well, but you're just visiting, I live here. I want to break out like the show tunes. That's just how I'm feeling. Okay, is there any way to save this? No, the 8th key has been destroyed. We're done here. We could go north at West Wing Hall, but I don't care anymore. The stream has been going on for less than 1 hour, and we've already had 3 strings of embarrassment. But you know what? It's an estate of tomorrow. It doesn't have to be today. Today is abysmal so that tomorrow can be reasonably okay. I am gonna find every single way to ruin my own attempts before the day is out. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose key 8 in every single possible way before I successfully get it to where I'm trying to get it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. At least we got the trophy. Yesterday had a success. It had 1. Okay, wait, what items do we still have? Running shoes and the master key. Okay, keys are free today. It was so perfect. That would not have happened if I didn't have the master key. I picked shelter. I picked shelter for the simple benefit that it protects us from some red rooms. That's going in the compilation. I'm putting that in the compilation. I'm not putting it in the compilation. Whoever makes the compilation's putting it in the compilation. I don't know who's making the compilation. I have, like, my superstar selection for who should make the compilation, but I doubt it. I doubt I'm just going to be able to walk up to Hit Celebrity and be like, hey, can I please have a compilation? What in the world? A coin for each day. We are now officially rich, again, just in time for me to have already purchased the Affluence Trophy. I think drawing room's correct. Okay, so what are we doing today? We're getting the gallery again today, because we gotta get the gallery. It's the only room that matters for what we're doing. It's the room we're looking for. Do I sacrifice the corner just to get a Geist bedroom at all ever now? I think no. I think no, actually. This false. False. The box that claims to be black has the gems. At least this is easy again. Conservatory? Commissary. Well, we've got the money. We may as well. I'm kind of falling back into absurdity simply to defend myself against the mental damage of the past hour. I have taken psychic damage. Now I'll take Geist's bedroom up here. Let's head back to the entrance hall, start heading north from there, do a little bit off to the bedroom side, and then do foundation strats. That's the plan. Well, this is a fine opportunity for a dead end. Ever since I became an advocate for the foundation strat, I have gained a newfound appreciation for dead ends and all they can do for you. Pantry or kitchen, they don't really matter. Food for sale would be nice in the future. We have shelter, so weight room doesn't really come into consideration right now. So I'll just take a club sandwich and some bananas. Today's main course is showroom powered. Not gonna add the morning room to the draft. There's conservatory. What do we get? Looking like the laundry room, rotunda, and library. I like the library. I'm going to upgrade that to standard. Rotunda can stay... Rotunda can be upgraded to unusual. I like it as a room. It's a passageway. We've axed the cost. Laundry room can stay... Laundry room can go down to unusual as well. And I'm making that change because oftentimes we're going to have a lot of money. And with a lot of money comes a lot of gems or key if we get the laundry room. I don't want to make it too common because, well, it's a dead end. We don't have a sledge, so I'd rather do courtyard for a chance at a sledge. Chance was pretty good, huh? Patio wants us to go north. It'll give us some more gems. Could be good for a conversion to study. We have a lockpick. We have the master key also, so that doesn't matter. We do not have kennel just yet. I would be okay with this being a turn into the foundation. And we could just continue the foundation strats as if we were doing the foundation strats. And the break room to be our entrance. Absolutely fine. Now, for our next trick, let's see here. 5 times 2 is 10. Well, this is a complicated one. 20 times 5, well, half of 5, okay. 20 times 2.5 is 50. Rounded to the nearest 100 is 100. Times 2 is 200. Rounded to the nearest 100 is 200. Divided by 20 is 10. Thank goodness that's all I had to do. Not necessarily that it would be hard, but it would be extremely tedious. Proceed. Hallway for maximum room options, I think, is good. I will also, wrong button, activate blue banner. We want the gallery. A compass and map. Ooh. Right below the antechamber, huh? Should I not take the compass right now? Kennel Nook, Rumpus. I'll take the kennel because I have a shovel. Hey, buddy. We'll dig here. Workshop. I'm gonna redraw. I would like something that goes north and has a lot of rooms. Dining room would be great if it was rotated. I think it's great regardless. I will do laboratory. Kind of sneaking our way up north through the house here. Okay, eat an apple, unlock or bypass the security door. Let us... Let's set dice to 2. That'll give us some reroll power. Let's reload our rerolls, so to speak. There's a good rotunda. I thought I axed the price on rotunda. I must be mistaken. Nowhere. I couldn't decide what to say after no. It was like, no matter, no worries, no big deal. There's coat check for insurance. It's going to block off 2 rooms, but insurance. We are going to be as cautious as possible today. You want to know how I expect the next way I'm going to lose T8 is going to be? I'm going to, like, accidentally walk through a lost and found. That's my guess. That's my theory. That's where I think this is going. That's a good courtyard rotation. I appreciate it. Excellent. Nice little box we can open. More rerolls. I'm gonna take one of those rerolls if you don't mind. We've got Dovecoat for rotation. I could take a rotated den. I'd like a rotated den. We may have too many ways north next to each other. Which is why I'd like to start on the most extreme end I could possibly start on. And then work our way around. But I'll take a wine cellar instead. Just you wait. I'll stop being a fool soon enough. Then you're done for. Speaking of not being a fool, detected that one. I will use my regular keys. Dining room is acceptable. I will snake up the right side of the house right now. We also have plenty of food options. Security is a path north. It will also make Mechanarium better should we draft it. No. I mean, there's benefit to a silver key, but I just want to break the habit so I don't accidentally use E8 again. There's a study. That's a good emergency option. 2 gems for the benefit. In we go. I choose to redraw. I choose to redraw again. I choose to redraw a 3rd time. Acceptable. The reason I didn't care for the mirror chamber was because we weren't on rank 8 yet. Fine. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then forward. I don't particularly like these options, especially their orientation. It's north. We should also remember that I believe we have a treasure map pointing to right below the antechamber, so this will be treasure. Coupon. Okay. It's away. Go. I'm gonna do some gem rerolls, just a little bit. A classroom could be fine. I mean, it's a free reroll or two. No. I'll take the aquarium. It is suitable. Here we are. If this is more gems, I'm happy. If this is money, I'm not so happy. It's gems, I'm happy. Thank you. Okay, we got some room to reroll. That'd be a lot more room to reroll. But I'd like more options, or I'd like the gallery to exist, please. Okay, I'm gonna take a weird path to this. Oh, right, you can't enter from that door on the other side, so it won't let you rotate it that way. That's bothersome. I'm gonna reroll again in that case. I don't have a way to break in if I do this. So as much as we still need that note, we can't get it from here. Gem again. That is funny. Again. Okay, it paid off. Okay. Barothritis, exception.exe, Ironside. Do not mess this up again, you chump. Want to know what we're doing? We are making our way towards Rotunda. Trying to make access to these doors just so I don't have to go around the long way. Maybe along the way, we just happen to find the vault, and we don't even have to deal with it. That is what we are doing. We are using normal keys. We're not even looking at our special keys. What the heck is Greenhouse doing here? Huh. I didn't expect it, but I guess this makes sense. More often, you're going to be drafting towards the north. And the greenhouse is a very particular alignment it must hold. You can only draft it while facing north, I thought, and therefore the only side of the house you could ever put it on is the east wing. But it makes sense that it could just rotate 180 and be placed on the east, on the west side going south. I'm honestly a little surprised. I will redraw, though. Perhaps that was unnecessary. But boiler room in this configuration is great. It gives me access to both sides and therefore more room options. I'm going to try it this way first. Vault. That's a bad mirror chamber. Vault. It's facing the wrong way. Passageway is overkill. No rotation is available. I will simply use Dovecote as a room. Though it is always funny that Dovecote is the one room that serves better. Not like you want to draw it, but you don't want to draft it. Is what I'm saying. Reroll. Break room is facing the wrong direction. We're running out of gems. One more. This is fine. Okay, here's Drafting Strategy Volume 4 about the tools that you can benefit from. Tools are cool. All right, moment of truth. It no longer matters. It no longer matters because if we re-roll now, we will run out of gems. And we won't be able to buy Vault. Axing Trophy Room was a great investment. Okay, one last check for room. I'm gonna go south of Boiler Room, and this is the last room of the day. So let's hope we get a good one. No? Like, it's vault or bust at this point. And this would be a relatively easy break room to reach. Not that big of a walk, though. Vault or bust? Vault or bust? I mean, we could do a little bit of casinoing. Vault or bust? Vault or bust. I will accept this compromise. After all, there's a secret in here, and I want to log that in my log of that. You know, that log. So this is pink, wavy. Red. Oh, we know that's wrong. There's a bunch of money up there, but there's absolutely no benefit to actually getting any of it. Nothing to buy, nothing to invest, nothing to freeze. We return. But finally, we've secured something for this project, this operation. Next up, all we gotta do is stop being a fool. Get the vault, get the coat check. In fact, I think for security, we would want to get the vault first. Secure the vault's existence and then coat check. Though I guess just having the coat check around isn't a problem. It's retrieving the thing in the coat check that would be an issue. Hello, ding ding ding. I would like to check. Key 8. Good. Now all we need to do is wait for a future. A future that has a vault. Time to take a break. Check out the garden menagerie. Okay. Could this be the day? We have only one objective. Okay, we have two. The room that matters to us is the vault. Let's read up on it, see if we can learn some things. A secure on-site depository fitted with steel walls and numbered lockers. This fortified strong room holds a good portion of the Sinclair fortune, despite the fact that several inventories have led accountants to assume the true legacy is hidden elsewhere. It's a blueprint, it's a dead end, it's rare. We've drafted it 13 times. That would suggest to me that the odds of us getting it today are at worst 1 in 10. Things we care about. Rooms being more... Okay, we're good. Things being more blue to rule out other colors of room. Solarium. Doing an initial Geist bedroom. No problem there. Aside from the fact that I might have drafted the tomb if I was a bit more patient and observant about what we're doing outside. Oh. Library could be just our quick fix in. Okay. Oh, wait, we can't afford it. We only got 2 gems. That's embarrassing. Oh, well. So I'm starting to realize the library is a very good utility for getting rare one-off rooms that you just need now. I'll take the den because we need the gems. Commissary not pulling through today is troubling. But a parlor could fix a lot of that. Take the wind-up key. Okay, there are 4 boxes in this room. That's a lie. There's only 1 box in this room. That's a lie. The gems are in the true box. That's true, and it's also yourself. Good. I'd like a dead end here, if it's not too much to ask. This is... fine. Take a bedroom closet out of rotation. Get a gem and a compass. I don't know if that helps us. Only path left to us now is north of the entrance hall. A boudoir is a dead end. Courtyard isn't much better. Storeroom is a key, a gem, and 10 money. We're entering into Foundation strats awkwardly early. It's not prohibitively bad. It's just worrying. I'm just worrying about it. I wonder in universe, and if there's a way for me to do this, how Herbert removed blueprints from the draft pool. Like, how do you remove one? The only mechanism I know to remove one, even temporarily, is just the repellent. So one might theorize the existence of some sort of super repellent. Maybe a duper repellent. We definitely need keys, so let's do this. 10 squared is 100. Minus 30 is 70. Divided by 7 is 10. Oh boy, I gotta remember the order of operation for this. I think it's in to out. Though this is gonna be a mess. Let's see, 19... So 30, invert to 3, square to 9. Plus 1 is 10, invert to 1, square to 1. 5, 18, 28, 30, 41. Something has gone wrong. Insofar as this will lead to a number that is decidedly larger than 20. Let's try again. Or oh, no. This one was wrong to include. So instead of it being 41, roll back, it's 30. 3, invert to 3, square to 9. Then plus 11 is 20. Invert to 2, square to 4. Fixed it. Okay, Nook takes us back north. Kitchen's a dead end. Pantry's a dead end. I'm gonna redraw. I know I'm using one of my rare and highly coveted ivory dice for this, but I want to make sure that we can fill out the house and not run into our own hallways. Chapel is fine. It takes us south. We could take a key, we could take 4 money and an apple, we could take science. I'm gonna take a key. Our nominal source of key, which is bedroom strats, isn't really lined up to work today. But at least we have garage. This will give us 2 keys. This will give us 3. Now this will give us 2 keys. Still. But I'll take it now. Because now I can choose both. Do I want silver key here? No. Break room. We already have a break room. I think I would just like to continue north. Before we go any further north, I want to fill out the areas around the foundation a bit. Want to make sure that they're all looking nice and good and filled, so I don't have to worry about awkwardly doubling back later. Okay. I picked boudoir because it's 2 gems. It may look like it's just 1 gem, but it's actually 2 gems. Because I understand the true meaning of Christmas. Oh, the tunnel could do a thing, but I don't actually care about what the tunnel does, so I'm just going to pick East Wing Hall. We're in no rush to get to the higher ranks. The tunnel does not help us today. A value a reroll, and it's a free room. Doesn't cost any gems. There's a certain money threshold of gems that you must pass before they will allow you entry, but once you pass that, they are happy to welcome you. It's not an exciting option, but I'll take a utility closet. I will choose this because it takes us north. The house has gotten a little bit sporadic. It's kind of winding and twisting in ways that I haven't really accounted for. But I think it's fine. I think there's value. Merit and benefit. Okay, you wanna play nice today? We can play nice today. Huh. Okay, run the math here. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. We live, if we do this, I'm going to eat the dining room immediately following this. We also continue to be rich. Can't complain about that too much. We could get a weight room right here, right now, and that would be a great use of resource. Can't complain about a classroom, though. Okay. Ignoring that, let's enjoy a lunch, head up here, do some shenanigans up this way, and then go back to the dining room as we then head west. There's Solarium! Thank you so much for showing up. I just discovered a problem. We don't have coat check. We, solvable. Have I activated the banner yet? Have not. Let's activate the banner yet. Okay, look for some good rerolls here. Silver key, not quite yet. Break room, conference, music room, we get plenty of rerolls. And unlucky. There is a path where Chamber of Mirrors is something we can solve today. We could get the memo for it. We could find the memo for it. One of the difficulties with Chamber of Mirrors and finding the memo for Chamber of Mirrors in the Chamber of Mirrors area is that Chamber of Mirrors is physically one of the largest rooms that you can get a memo in. Secret Garden kind of matches it in terms of literal size, but in terms of area, just sheer volume with which to hide some memos, Chamber of Mirrors is perhaps the largest room. This immediately resolves itself into a do. The forge is in froth. Let's just cancel. Security doors could happen. Upgraded floor plans could happen. I'm going to go security door. And let's get star. Kind of want to go further into the star chamber. Just so we can regain things like the Inkwell, some Draxus maybe, Florialis. We just want to enter the proper constellation ecosystem again. Meanwhile, it's off through the Foundation to our next destiny. And we have two things to pursue here. The combination of Vault and... The combination of Vault and Coat Check and Chamber of Mirrorsing it up to the best of our ability. I'm kind of burning suboptimal rooms on my path forward here. There are too many sidereal paths we can make no use of. There's our coat check. Do not extract the key yet. Too risky. This is a little bit of a roundabout path, but we have plenty of steps to realize it. In fact, one could argue that we currently have more steps than a person would start the game with. So, in truth, we're technically fine. This role has made me realize just how precarious our situation is. I think I want to activate Silver Key ASAP. But not here, because we're just going to get West Wing Hall and it'll be fine. It wasn't fine. But we are fine. Okay, new plan. I'm going to step back here and try and get Secret Garden Key from here. 12 minus 11 is 1 times... Now we multiply these individually, just all as one clump. So 1 times 1 is 1, times 4 is 4, times 2 is 8. Divided by 4 is 2. My goodness. 19 plus 11 thirds, which is 3 and 2/3. So this would be 22 and 2/3, which would be 23, inverted to 32, minus half of 7 is 18 and a half, plus 12 is 30 and a half, which is 31, inverted to 13. And this is completely canceled out, so this is a 13? I bungled it. Okay, really focus up here. 11 thirds will be 3, 6, 9, 12. Would be 4. So it's closer to 4. And we care about it being closer to 4 because of rounding. So this would be 23, inverted to 32. So we're at 32 minus half of 7. Half of 7 is 3.5. So 32 minus 3.5. Oh, I did. I went down like an extra 10. 32 minus 3.5 is 28.5. 28.5 plus 12 is 40.5, which rounds to 41, which gets inverted to 14, divided by nothing is 14 still. I see. I had an awkward off by 10 error that turned into an off by 1 error. It usually happens the other way around. This is not ideal. I think the best thing we can hope for is a vault right here, right now. We failed, but maybe we can do something in the Chamber of Mirrors. I push this button. We could go back there now. Checking. Can we spot the memo from here? I certainly can't. Okay, so save for the possibility of... Oh, I understand what went wrong. The Chamber of Mirrors added a bunch of common rooms to the draft that sort of cluttered everything up. I get it now. I get exactly what happened now. So strategically, Chamber of Mirrors was a misplay. And therefore, in the final analysis, this is another example of me attempting to do two things and therefore accomplishing neither. How tragic. I'm going to try and play around with Chamber of Mirrors, try and see if we can't get that memo. It is not lost on me that every single memo we have left to get is difficult to get, because it is not as simple as simply drafting that room on rank 8. In the case of the freezer, we also need a way to melt the ice. In the case of Chamber of Mirrors, we have to deal with the whole Chamber of Mirrors rigmarole, which is hard to do even on the best days. Let's check this little chamber over here. Aha! If an item would be spread into the Chamber of Mirrors, 4 of those items are spread instead. Interesting. So, Chamber of Mirrors. If an item would be spread into the Chamber of Mirrors, 4 of those items are spread instead. That is good intel. So if you spread into the chamber, that spread becomes multiplied by 4. I wonder if this memo is duplicated across all 4 corners here. Or if I just got incredibly lucky. Let's keep up the dance. So long as we can make it back to a break room, this is fine. And I suppose it makes sense that interacting with the Chamber of Mirrors in its full capacity is so difficult. After all, it alone can provide multiple and repeated permanent improvements. Or detriments, honestly. You could completely ruin your save by misusing Chamber of Mirrors. Maybe that's the real reason, as a safety precaution. Though I would like to propose a new mechanism, a new mechanic, just a thing you could do. I would like a way to un-Chamber of Mirror, so to speak. I would like to, when you use Chamber of Mirror, or just through whatever method, get multiple of the same room in draft, but mostly as a mirror consequence. I think it would be cool if you had a way to take 2 rooms that you have the same room of and combine them into one room that simply makes it I don't understand what I done here. I think I removed... Yeah, I removed that glass pane, but we don't have a way to get over there. So we are done here. I don't remember how much of what I was about to say I said. I'm going to repeat myself. I would like a way to take you having 2 rooms in the draft pool of the same room type, and instead merging them into being just one of that room, but it being more common. It's like an alternate conservatory method. Instead of getting the room randomly in the conservatory, you get the room randomly in the Chamber of Mirrors, and then maybe you could use the conservatory or some other equivalent power somewhere somehow to convert it into a more common room. And then now, if you want to fix that, you don't have to restart with a new save. You can simply go to the conservatorium, get that room, and then increase the rarity so that it's not in your way all the time. Calling it a day. Wait, not yet. I'm confirming that we do not have the key. We do not have the key. So this kind of outcome is what I was expecting. We got coat check. The key's in there. It's unfortunate. no vault to bring it to. Okay, but Chamber of Mirrors is checked off. We're done with it. That's a progress on its own. And now that we don't need Chamber of Mirrors, we will not completely obliterate the quality of the draft pool. And that's good. Which means the only many memos left for me to get, as far as the ones I think I can get, final exam in the freezer. But I'm not focusing on those right now. Bonk. Okay, the Blessing of the Gardener is still going to be in effect for one more day. This day. Hovel, tool shed, or tomb. I think I'll take tool shed just for some good starting items. Blessing of the Gardener being in effect means this is good. The adjustable gear wrench. I don't know what adjustment I would make. I can make the aquarium obscenely rare now. That's funny. Other than that, though, maybe make the utility closet less common because I don't care anymore. That seems a little cruel. For now, let's take the parlor. This is the blue box, that's true. The blue box is true, that's true. The blue box is empty, that's a lie. Good. Mailroom or Geist? Or Courtyard? Foundation strats are solid and ready to go. So I'll take Geist. Passage, pantry, or nook. This is a very early Dead-End-A-Palooza. Like a straightaway. Wow! Okay, it's got some gems. That's all I was hoping for. Would have preferred some keys. Oof. We need a little more. We need a little more in the lower ranks before we go Foundation Strat. This is too early. This is too soon. Too fast. There's coat check. Secured. We have a run. Next up is vault by whatever means necessary. This would only be 2 keys. We could forestall it. Try and get a 3rd key. More rerolls. Okay, now we need to first get some key. We're gonna activate bedroom closet. Okay, that's fine. Then we'll Foundation Strat. Gem, ivory, silver key, running shoe. Okay, so our item situation is very good except for the annoying lack of any key. We can lean on the security pass for a little bit, and the fact that we can go south from the Foundation, but ultimately, getting keys is going to be of the utmost importance so that we can do any amount of the rest of the run. As much as we're good on anything else, if we have no keys, the run could suddenly terminate too early. I'm just sort of speaking my thought process out loud like I always do, but I'm bringing it up this time because I suddenly felt self-conscious about it. Down you go. Okay. Gymnasium goes in the correct direction, but I am concerned about the step losses over time. Walk-in closet could be keys. There is a key. So that's a bit of an immediate relief. We have at least one rescue option. I feel like I only picked up 3 items, but I guess I picked up 4. Okay. Turn here, try and go south to the best of our ability. And there goes our key. I can't. I cannot risk it. We need resources. We need to act in the pursuit of resources, otherwise this run is already over. 1 key. Veranda to go a little further south. Every extra room is an extra room. Extra items could be keys. It was. Keep going. If we get spare servants' quarters, this is very worthwhile. It could also have 2 keys inside. It has 2 bananas inside. Not a bad trade. Plenty of steps. Do I have a shovel? I do have a shovel. I could pick up a key, maybe. I could dig up key. There could be a key I could dig up. There could be a patch of dirt, which I then dig into and receive a key out of it. There could be a key tree seed. This is key. This is Major Key. Blended. The run's alive. Closed exhibit. Plenty of room options. Take it. Alright. I know that we drew Solarum. We now need to draft Solarum, or just the vault out of nowhere anyway. I'll go for Observatory. We have a lot of steps right now. The key and gem supply could be good, but I won't activate it just yet. More of an emergency option. Classroom gets us north. It gets us some re-rolls. We already have a lot of re-rolls, but I'm trying to look for the ideal opportunity to use them. Okay, here we go. Okay, so it seems like the wording is going in a positive direction, and we shall just always be rich. So an early observatory just means a lot of money. I'm good with that. There's the throne. I mean, it's really cool that it exists and it's here, but it's not what we're here for. I'm gonna pick chapel as a red room we can get out of the way. As a means of going a large distance, the library. Okay, the library is our best odds of getting the vault in one singular location. I choose to go for it. Free treasure. Let me check the distances involved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's just say 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13. 26. So as long as we have more than 30 steps via this process, I'm going for it. Oh, but this is a corner. I don't know if the vault can spawn on a corner. I'll try. 1. It's happening. Oh boy, it's happening. Okay, it is happening. Is it the dining room? Just wondering if it's a dining room. It's not a dining room. I'll take a great hall. Sure. Splendid. Wonderful. Fantastic. Okay. We have a mission. You a dining room? No. I'll take vestibule. Even if we draft something like weight room, we just... Well, we don't draft it. We draw it, we don't draft it. We'll just pick the other options. We have everything we need. I'm looking for bonus right now. We don't need to keep the run alive anymore. At least as far as I know. So, yeah, quick detour to check this. This is White Moon. Red. White Moon, red. Okay. The last door of 8 is in the inner sanctum. Okay. I would have greatly appreciated this hint much earlier. So I wouldn't have to deal with that, but you know, we solved it in the end. Off we go. Okay, so the mission, go to coat check, get the key, go back to the vault, see if this works. It all makes sense to me. Those 4 notes in isolation were confusing, but together they paint a very strong painting. I have no idea what we're going to find in there. I also don't know what would be of interest to us. Key is gotten. We have the key. We have the key. Proceed. Do we have running? Yes, we do have running shoes. So we're going to be fine. In my mind, the numeric cores are associated with Clara Epson, if only because we found them in the foreman's... I don't actually remember who it was addressed to. Let me check my notes on that real quick. Just a brief, spontaneous pause. Because the foreman had the paper on numerics for a reason. I thought they were, like, getting them to give to somebody. I think? Well, if that's the case, I didn't write that in my notes. Which is unfortunate. Now, maybe I'm just completely misremembering it. But I had thought that the foreman was looking up numerics to give to Clara for some reason. Or maybe even like a previous baron. Or like lady of the house. Baroness. Or something. I don't remember. The timeline is not the focus right now. The focus is getting this key to this lock in this puzzle. Both metaphorically and literally, hopefully. Provided I am correct. But in that notion, I was thinking, like, what if this is like the last will of Clara or Orave or something? Some Jari nonsense. I don't know. Oh, free key. Here we are. Free key. I'm scared to attempt. I'm gonna look away so I can stall my learning for as long as possible. Here we go. Oh, thank goodness. Yes. Hello. 2 allowance and a paper. My obsession with ciphers was renewed after my brother died. Okay, this is definitely Clara. For among his journals, I found a curious square, a grid of words written in a hand I immediately recognized. My mother's. Accompanying this discovery were numerous pages containing traces of my brother's fruitless attempts over the years to decipher this grid. It was a bittersweet find. The excitement I felt was tempered by memories of the unique bond my mother and brother had always shared. I was the child with an interest in puzzles and wordplay, yet it was Simon to whom she bequeathed this cryptic gift. With all respect to my late brother, it became clear after spending time poring over his notes that he was not very suited to this challenge. Occasionally, he stumbled upon some promising ideas, but none of them were thoroughly pursued. Where I will give him credit, however, is in the extensive research he conducted, combing through a career's worth of our mother's notes and correspondence. This search culminated in the discovery of a letter my mother had written a local professor requesting additional material for use in the creation of a cryptograph. This meager clue was, according to his survey, the only shred of evidence in her belongings that mentioned this project. As for me, I am ashamed to admit that despite all my boasting, I have nothing to show for nearly 3 decades of effort. I am no closer to solving this than I was in those early months of daily obsession, and with each passing year, I fear my chances of reaching a satisfying conclusion to this adventure grow ever slimmer. Some might say this outcome is quite fitting, poetic justice for tormenting my readers for so many years with seemingly impossible bafflers. While I can certainly relate to their frustrations, I wonder if we really need to obtain answers to all of life's questions. Must we always quench our thirst for knowledge? At my age, I often find myself looking back at the long path behind me, and I think I am content to leave a few stones unturned. A life without some mystery is a life without imagination. So I will lay down this burden and leave this stone, and the winding path of intrigue it proceeds, for future generations to explore. Herbert. So this is the square. Pigs sand, mail, date, head, clam, peak, heat, joya, well, toad, card, will, tape, legs, tree, road, made, slab, rock, hand, vase, safe, clay, toes. Interesting. So this clearly means something. I am a little afraid. Some of these words have direct relevance to me. For example, mail, I'm thinking of the mail room and all the letters. Date, a bad memory of the study. Joya, lunch. Tape, legs, tree, road, made. Slab and rock kind of remind me of the message that Herbert directly left for this. Hand, vase, safe, clay, toes. They're all 4 letters long. And this is a 5x5 square. A cryptograph. I'm going to look up the definition of the word cryptograph, because I think that's a very specific word. Now, I don't see anything for specifically a cryptograph. Closest I got was AB Cryptograph, a Swedish company developing and selling crypto machines in 1960 and 1916 to 1930. First company in the world to focus entirely on the cryptographic market. What kind of stuff did they make? Desktop machines, handheld devices, sales were far below the numbers. Patent consortium. Okay. I've gotten supremely distracted. Stop looking at this. Because the words I'm seeing here is cryptography. You know, the practice, study techniques for secure communication. But this says cryptograph. There's also just the simpler notion of a cryptogram, which is a type of puzzle, short pieces of encrypted text, generally substitution ciphered or just otherwise simple. I don't know what we're dealing here, but I get the sense that this is going to be a thing. And if Herbert never solved it, I am a little scared. Like I'm rightly concerned. Numerous pages, traces of brothers' fruitless attempts over the years to decipher the grid. A grid of words written in hand. Reading these directly, I don't see anything particular. First letter of each word doesn't show anything of note. If it is a cryptograph, it could be. It might be the case of the fact that this is a... like, it's all four-letter words. It might just be a coincidence, or like a nice little engineering of the setting of it all. If we're substituting individual letters, this could just be as simple as like a Caesar cipher or something. Though I find that difficult to believe. Could be the case. I mean, after all, the castle solution was a string of three-letter words. And who knows, some of this might be an Eurasian. It could be that each individual word needs to be substituted with a different word. And then that might lead to something. For example, I'm seeing Joya right there, and my instinct is to take Joya out and put the word lunch right there. Giving that to other things, we could swap toes out for like feet, safe for vault, vase for, I don't know, vase. Road for street. Like I'm thinking of the possibility of swapping out 4-letter words for 5-letter words, but this is all speculation. I struggle on the creative interpretation side of things. I'm better with like rote process operation. Why did they need additional material? This also confirms this is not talking about Claire. It's talking about Herbert's and Simon's mom. Who, if I just get up my family diagram list so I can know who that is, that would be... well, that would be the Baroness. I'm scared. I am scared. I am scared that I have absolutely no idea where to start on this. This feels important. This this puzzle, this question is the reward for the coat of arms puzzle. This has to mean something. And I say that because this is a key that leads to another lock. So what is this? I doubt it's an impossible puzzle. I guess it's just really hard. If even Herbert doesn't know the answer, then this will probably be hyper difficult. I'm gonna need to, like, aggregate every single thing I know about the Baroness. This is difficult because a lot of the older family associations that I have been following the Mary line with Clara and Ashlyn. Technically. There's very little about the Baroness. So it almost feels like that this is... like, there is no further context or information for this. There might be, but I have no idea where to find it. The only other thing I know is that this was given to Simon Sinclair, not Herbert. Additional material for the use in the creation of a cryptograph from a local professor. Okay, I've jotted down the cryptograph, but I don't know what to do now. Another way to interpret this is that this is exactly 100 letters. I don't know what to do. I feel like my mission now is to interpret this I'm not the best at these kind of things. And I have absolutely no idea of where to go. Okay, so I've looked up the word cryptograph a bit stronger, and it's just given me like it's a cipher or a cryptogram. It's a something written in cipher. It's a device for encoding or decoding a thing. So this means it's a cipher. Encryption or decryption, a series of well-defined steps that can be followed as a procedure. Cipher is synonymous with code. Codes generally substitute different length strings of characters, while ciphers generally substitute the same number of characters as our input. Code maps one meaning with another. Words and phrases can be coded in letters and numbers. Codes typically have direct meaning from input to key. Codes primarily function to save time. Ciphers are algorithmic. The given input must follow the cipher's process to be solved. Ciphers are commonly used to encrypt written information. Okay. Got my work cut out for me here. I really do. Boy, oh boy. Okay, 30 steps. What are we doing with them? We could... I don't know what we could... I don't know. I feel like I'd have to... like, lock down, focus... try like every Caesar cipher, learn other ciphers that exist, try those. What do I want to do right now? You know, there's a particular thing I want to use right now, or do right now. I want to see if I can get the final... well, not the final, but another memo. See if I can't solve the mystery here. This is very directly in my interest. Oh, wait. No emeralds, so I don't care. I mean, I can buy the stuff. Might make the moon pendant inconvenient, but that's not the point. Point is, freezer. Freezer. Now, here's my plan. Read me. Free money, free lever. Don't care about the lever. I mean, I guess technically if I got the throne, I could go into the antechamber and do an antechamber thing. It's been a while since I went to the antechamber, but that's not the point. Also, it's notable to me that I still have the 8 key. Maybe I can do something here. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm trying to get the furnace. There we are. So, time for a memo. I bet it's in here. Can't get the prism key, don't care for the prism key because I see that there's not a memo in there. Cooler is unaffected, don't care. You could please melt me your way in here. I could use a memo. Glad I held out for this. You know, I'm not glad about the fact that I can't find it. We're on rank 8. You're a blue room. I've melted the ice. Let me see it. The truth. Maybe it's just on the table and it was frozen. Like it was encased in some ice, but now the ice is gone. Or it was always reachable and I just never found it. That'd be a little embarrassing, but given the circumstances we are in now, there should be nothing stopping me from finding the answer. Finding the memo. Though the entire room being blue-ish makes it harder for it to stick out from where I'm looking. Oh, it was here the whole time. The ice in Master Sinclair's personal freezer can only be thawed by applying a direct heat source. Yeah, I figured that. I knew. But I'm okay with this simply being a matter of completion. Freezer. The ice in the personal freezer can only be thawed by applying a direct heat source. Cool. Well, glad to know that there is only one outlying memo remaining, and that is the final exam. Outside of that, I think we hit a nice balance where our assets are still frozen. Gonna have plenty of gems and money going into the next day. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter because we've solved a mystery. I'm gonna do what last walking around I can do. Okay. Well, ensuring a good tomorrow. Oh, right. Oh, well. Where am I gonna find any information from the Baroness era? There's the foreman. I could check the foreman locale. Oh, this means I don't have to backtrack anymore. I'm going for tomorrow rooms thanks to the chronograph. Just make tomorrow as good as possible. Invest in the future. I would have loved to have gotten a clock tower. Unfortunately, that cost gem. This doesn't matter. I think I'll just accept. I'll concede. I was hoping for like a boot or something, but 1, 2, 3, 4. We just hook around. I was thinking maybe it's like a last thing we could go back to the thing, but that's fine. Okay, we got it. We got the coat of arms thing. And it led us to a piece of paper with 25 words on it. I am going to try things. Okay. Let's go for school. I think that's like a coin. I'm gonna leave it. Kid lost their lunch money. Their lunch money. Munch money, however, is an equally acceptable term for that thing. The munch money. But okay, we got school to get. Now we're doing this for the entire reason that we want to get the exam on rank 8 for the final memo. Never before seen memo. Only memo. Real memo. I'm gonna burn some of my steps. Oh, that's a nice way to just burn many of my steps. I'm just trying to go up a little bit more with the hope of increasing the amount of keys and gems I get from stuff. Take this. A hall pass is nice. Everything else looking fine. Alright. We're gonna burn some steps for the stars here, but we're gonna get one more on the spiral. Diamondus Clavis Spiral. And then... Okay, here's a question. Why did you... Why is the phrasing different? Why is it... comma, then, comma, then, comma, then. Finally, comma, and then. I'm worried. I'm worried it's gonna just be like, and then lose them with referring to the coins. Like it's just gonna burn all my, coins. Mathematically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is not worth it to go back to dormitory, and it will never be worth it again. That's unfortunate. I don't have a sledge, but I do have a key, but I won't use the key. Conservatory. Hello. I accept West Wing Hall as being a standard option. Great Hall, though. I think we want to keep that as unusual. Because if we get it too early, it's just going to be a bunch of locked doors. Chamber of Mirrors. It's interesting. If we get it supremely early, we can do some crazy, crazy stuff. But it also means it'll forever be in the way. I'm gonna leave it. Irritating as this is, I think the most important thing is to just get as many classrooms on the board as possible. Early. So that when we get to the upper ranks, we can just roll for the final one as much as we can. My instincts tell me go Geist. I'm gonna hold off. I want more keys. Hey, what do you know? Okay, these rolls will be our emergency backup plan. Now that we have pretty good amount of resources prepared and no further ways forward, we can head back, do the foundation strat, maybe even activate. I will use a key here. That was well worth it. Yeah. Soon I might activate the banner on blue. And in doing so, win. Or just try and lopside front load the classrooms is the thing we're getting. I don't know the rarity of classroom. I assume it's standard. Alright. Let's start heading north. Casino Chapel East Wing. Casino is optimal. And I want to bet big. Let's bet big. How big a bet we can bet? Let's wager 100 and see what happens. I would like to see a free spin ever. Simply because I think it's interesting. But I'll take 4 allowance increase. Thank you. We got no time to gamble. Okay, greenhouse is the left turn, veranda is north. I worry a little bit that greenhouses might get in the way, but a nice courtyard wouldn't be that big of a deal. I will pick veranda, though. Simply because of its directionality. Then the den, keep a nice reserved courtyard. We have no use for coat check at the present time. I'm going to keep gymnasium as an emergency backup option. I will not enter. I'm compelled to the commissary in the case that it has keys, but I'm going to pick dining room because it's a more access routes, gives us some steps. Not a joint to a bedroom. Drawing room will give us absolutely no benefit aside from being free. Bedroom closet it is. I am not re-rolling yet. Hey, a re-roll yet. Great. Now definitely draft from drawing room. The longer we can stay out of the gymnasium, the better. I worry. What grade is this? It's art class. Art grade. I'm gonna double back. Get down to the foundation, go west, and see if I can't find a source of keys. Best source of keys I can think of is spare servant's bedroom. Showroom could have the master key in it, and we can afford that. I see it. Master key. Emerald bracelet as well. Silver spoon, and we haven't even dininged yet. The chronograph may have been a mistake. Just because it lopsides tomorrow rooms in our face, which we don't necessarily want. So if it gives us a break room, I can't really complain. Okay, definitely another classroom. This is grade 6. Master key. Commissary, we can maybe buy some stuff. A salt shaker would make food even better. Metal detector for more items. Sledgehammer to just get our way through things. And gems are still useful in that we could get the study. Security. Mailroom, coat checker, the kennel. I pick mailroom. This may seem a little odd, but my thought process is that we... Well, I don't want to re-roll. And if I'm going to be making a room here at any way, it's going to be via another classroom. Rather do it from that side than here. We don't need any more keys. We have the master key. And no special key can help us right now. So priority now is get to rank 8, any means necessary. Then double back to the dining room and have a dang feast. Get some keys to look cool. Looking for a turnip. That's a brick. Kind of looks like a turnip. If you really, really do not think about it. Okay, enjoy your lunch. That should give us 22. All right. Master key us. If we get a classroom here, I'll accept it. Okay, this is grade 7. We have 2 more classrooms to get. Thank you, Spoon. Okay, now we redraw a million times until we get the grade 8 classroom. I don't like how many classrooms we're not getting. This is kind of too fancy to let go. And we're out of redraw rerolls. Okay, dining room set. Check. We desperately need classroom. I accept this. There's grade 8. Okay. Stack the deck as hard in our favor as we possibly can. This needs to be classroom, or else things will get difficult. Oh, but that study. We have the chronograph. Rewind. Give us the study. We accept this. We run back towards the west. And we circle our way back around as best we can. We've got the gems for it. We can re-roll. I'm confident we can find a path. But we're running out of options. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because we are re-rolling with gems. And this is how we do it. Okay, it all comes down to this. Can we get grade 8 right here? We are redrawing for everything. 1. There it is. Yep, final exam. You enjoy yourself. I'm just looking for the note, the memo. You know how it is. Don't mind me, don't mind me. I'm just gonna oh. Oh. Interesting, interesting. So, let's do that. Final exam. The answer to the exam's final question is equal to its number. Well, unfortunately, I didn't really think that particular question was all that hard once we understood the meanings. You want to take the final exam? I don't think I have any way of improving my score all that well, because the thing that I'm getting my grade lowered by is the erosion section. Sorry, I'm just getting my notes ready. We can take the exam. And then we'll try really hard to just do better on the erosion. Your exam has begun. Cool. Correct answer here is red. In the scenario above, where does Sam live? Sam lives in Boris. Color is most often associated with hallways, that is orange. Following would be the least patriotic room pairing, would be a greenhouse in Costa. Which color is the fruit that gives you +3 steps when consumed? That would be... For some reason, I don't have the correction marked. I'm pretty sure the answer is yellow. It's a banana that gives you +3. Why didn't I mark that? Huh. Well, either way, I am pretty sure it is yellow. Solve the following problem. That is a 0. That is a 24. This is an 11. This is a 4. This is a 1. This is a 1. Element is represented by C is carbon. Element appears directly below helium. That is neon. The following is not a real element. That would be... Okay. Periodic table is represented as silver Ag. That is silver. Which elements could not be used in the spelling of the word clues? That would be radon. How many elements are on the top row of the periodic table? That's 2. The city of Fen is south of which small body of water? That is the Morning Bay. How many cities in Fen areas are larger than Reddington? That would be 2. Which of the following realms is not near Fen areas? I would say that is Costa Rica. Which is just the realm of Arch Aries? That would be the mountain. Which realm is directly north of Erasia? That would be Fen Aries. Where are you right now? We are in Mount Holling, Reddington, Fen Aries. Which two pieces of art would be paired to depict the letter B? That would be a bale and an ale. Which of the following pieces of art was not displayed in the grade 5 classroom? That would be jungle. Which of the following pieces of art is not displayed in Mount Holly's entrance hall? Pretty sure that is realize. Okay. Next page. Can you find the difference? Yes, I now understand. It is Orinda and Orindia. I. Who was the first crowned ruler of Fen Aries? That would be General Teskin. In which era were the railways of Fen Aries destroyed? That would be the 6th era. How long did the War of the 5th Era last? 1 to 2 years. What was the first capital of Fen Aries? That would be the Grand City of Fen. Which realm gifted Fen Aries a dirigible? That would be Nuon. The deciding battle of the War of the 5th Era was fought on the southern shores near which famous landmark? For reasons unknown to me, I do not have this marked. And this is because I forgot to write it last time. It's either the Angel Tower or Colossus Orinda, but I do not remember which. Darn. Let's go back to that later then. Solve the math. Well, this is 36. This is negative 9. Oh, okay, it's 9 minus 3. So it's 6. Inverted 12, so it's 21. 11 divided by 3 rounded to the nearest number is 4. Let's see, 16, 21, 42, 41, that's 14. And I'm not even going to do this one again. This is just 200. What is the Eurasian word for? Okay, so here's where we're struggling, and here's where we gotta get real careful. I'm gonna get my Eurasian notes out here. The Eurasian word for house is hill. What does Nevyait mean in Eurasian? New Yate is gate, so new gate. The phrase tre venle can be translated in several different ways. Which of the following is not an acceptable interpretation of this phrase? So, in pieces, tre is tree. Ven is old/end. Le is a lack of oneself. So I am not an old tree. So Treven, old tree, is not me. I think D is an acceptable interpretation. That old tree is not owned by me. It is not mine. I am not associated with it. I think that is acceptable. My tree is not very old. See. Here's a okay, well maybe it could be something along the lines of my tree ain't an old tree. Like mine is not an old tree. But I'm a little hesitant on that one because I feel like I would put it as like, well, I don't know if you can mix like prefixes and suffixes and stuff. In my interpretation, I would make that something like like Eldtreven. Like Eldtreven. Like my tree is not old. And I cannot see the tree trunk. Aside from the lack of C there, it kind of makes sense. The tree trunk might be the end of the tree, but it also could be the start of the tree, because we know from the like from you know Ven Treven acceptable, that Treven is sort of the branches of a tree. So I think the correct answer is C, and this is the same answer I gave every single time I took this exam. How would you say the following phrase in Eurasian? You have a very, very long name. Well, generally speaking, name is jor. So we're looking with something that has jor in it. And the only option is ulra ajoram. Now, thinking of the individual pieces, ul is you. Ma is the small large. So Joram would be long name. This would imply that Ra is like very. And I do have it written. I just wanted to check if I had it written down. So yeah, I think it is Ulra Joram. And this is corroborated by every single attempt I've done here. Ulra Joram. How would you tell an Eurasian, count me out? So, the first time I took this exam, the Eurasian section was completely unchanged except I did le. The second time I took the exam, I swapped le to el countvo. And my score went down. So I'm picking le. Now I'm pretty sure this question, I have no idea if I'm getting it correct or not. We're just gonna reintegrate this one from the start. Using the provided Eurasian terms for cardinal directions above, what would be the clearest way you could give direction to someone at point A to get them to point B? In X east would be, yeah, go north, go east, go south. X tre would be east tree. We have what I answered for the original exam, which was first north, east, towards the tree, finally south, away from the tree. And then finally we have a small amount north, a large east, small tree, a small tree east-south, Maor, which is small west. Okay, so what they're saying is first is small amount north, large amount east, small tree go southeast, and then go to the west a little bit. Now I'm kind of taking as a direct assumption that C is not correct because I need to change my answer. And I'm wondering a bit on the nature of the dotted lines here. Are they meant to represent roads, pathways? If they are, then I think, the clearest way to just give the direction is to say, hey, go north, then go east, and go south. If they're not, and they're just sort of like showing association, then I'm going to assume that the dotted... It's not B. No, it's not B. But I think I'm having a hard time understanding, like, subjectively, what would be the clearest. I'm gonna say in etis. Just out of a desire to have, like, fullest, succinct clarity. Maybe that makes it clear. If these are roads, I think it's very clear. Just go north, east, south. Nature oriented number 8. Okay, we know the answer is 46, and it's freaking this one, so I'm gonna press that one. I'm also gonna slide all the way back to here. It's not Mount Holly, it's not the Royal Museum of Fen that didn't exist yet. Angel Tower, Colossus Orinda. I'm going to cheat hard, all right? I am going to the stream of me doing the exam for the second time, assuming I can find it in 14 minutes and 7 seconds, which I might not. After all, I don't exactly remember when I did that. Gonna do, fast skimming. I imagine if the exam exists, it will be a noticeable part of the day. I just don't exactly remember what order I've done all the things I've done. I'm currently locked in on stream number 10, which is apparently the day I did the gallery, and I don't remember if I solved the exam stuff before or after that the second time. Okay, I think I've gone too far. Go to stream 9. Oh, there's the folly with the thing. Oh, I saw a classroom for a second. I see magnifying glass. I'm looking at the erosion worksheet. Here it is, exam number 2. For this one, I input it, unless this is exam 1. I don't know, what if this is exam 1? Wait, I can check if this is exam 1 by going into the future and seeing what my eventual grade is. It's a B. This is exam 1. I've gone too early. 12 minutes. Oh. I think I found it. It was stream 12. It was exam 2. And we know that I got a perfect score on everything except for erosion. I'm answering the question now. 2 hours, 28 minutes, 30 seconds into the stream recording VOD. I probably trimmed the start and end because I do that for streams. I'm listening to myself muted, so I don't know what I'm saying. I think I'm logicking through the options here, and I'm going to 50-50 it, but I know I 50-50 it right. Colossus Orinda. There's our answer. Now we shall use this and the subsequent results to evaluate whether I got the erosion. And we're just going to sort of process of elimination the erosion down over, like, further final exams. It's fine. I believe we'll get an A again. Just sort of wanted the perfect score. Anyway, I don't know what to do about the cipher thing. I'm gonna try some simple options. Just, you know, some easy, like I'll Caesar cipher it, I'll investigate whether types of ciphers exist. I'll do those. I'll do them. But for the time being, we've gone well above and beyond. We've gotten all the memos. Congratulations, us. There's probably a memo for the Foundation if we put it here, but I'm not doing that. Before we leave definitively, I would like to head down to the Foundation. In particular, I want to check the foreman's area again, because if the... Okay, well, no, this doesn't make any sense. I wanted to figure out if I could find the additional material for the making of the cryptograph. And I was thinking that maybe it was that piece of paper that the foreman got. You know, the stuff about the numeric cores. Are numeric cores important for deciphering this? I have no idea. To the Baroness of Mount Holly for her own hand. This is... This has to be the additional material, but I don't know if it is the additional material because we used this to find the note. And it's obviously something that Herbert would have accounted for. Or her own hand. Wait, I need to read something by the foreman. Okay, the foreman... I just based on the number and the date... Or her own hand. This has to be it. This is I suspect, uncertain, but I believe that there may not be a correlation between the foreman's logs and this. This could be the local professor. This should be the additional material, which makes me think that it may be relevant to solving the square. because the Baroness would not have been the one to engineer hiding the square like this. But I don't know how numeric cores would be relevant to this when it's purely letters, purely words. Okay. I do not have a further understanding. One last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna... Oh. For some reason, I thought the vault still existed. I want to use the magnifying glass on the square. Okay, I'm just gonna try stuff. I'm gonna try ciphering the whole thing, just Caesar-wise. I'll figure out other things. Maybe each word individually. Maybe like stagger the cipher over time. I don't know. I do not know. But I think I'm going to leave it here. Concluding on day 150, it might be a while until I have like a new lead on this. I'll just try stuff. I'll try stuff, I'll contemplate. This might be a situation where this is a hyper complicated puzzle that just sort of happens off screen, and if I can't get it, I may have to like just accept up front that I will have to look up the answer, or at least get a clue so I can have the gears running here. But I will give it an honest shot. But I feel like I'm gonna be Simon Sinclair going into this, that I don't have the facility and patience to figure this out. But I will try. I will try, and I will report with all of my results. Hi. So, I'm making this sort of like non-contiguous, but it could be, collection of recordings for my attempts to solve the box, square, cipher, family core, cipher thing. I just wanted some way to sort of document my attempts and my thought process. I'm going to try, at least right now, one simple and one complicated idea I have. And we're going to see how that goes. So, my first immediate thought, just for simple cipher stuff, almost too simple I think for this, is to just like try every single substitution Caesar cipher I can and see if something happens. So I have already gone and placed the file of text into a Caesar cipher decoder brought to you by decode.fr, which is, you know, a convenient place for decoding stuff. And I've tried brute forcing testing all possible 26 letter shifts, and the results are not very helpful. I'm scrolling through all 26 of them, well, all 25, because one of them's just itself. And the results are not good. I'm not detecting any amount of English text or even Eurasian text. So I think Caesar cipher is far too simple and unhelpful. Here's my thinking, and I haven't actually tried any of this yet. I'm gonna do it live here. Every single word is 4 letters long. We've also already gotten a strong association with the numeric cores. And I even speculated during the stream, what the heck am I going to do with this? These are all letters. Then I thought, wait a minute, Heck, and all data is interchangeable. I can interpret these as numbers. A can be 1, B can be 2, etc., etc. So my new idea right here is to effectively just take this, interpret the letters as numbers, find the numeric core of each word, and then convert them back into letters. This should give us a 25-letter message. So, I'm going to replace every instance of A, all caps A, self, with, let's say, square bracket 1, square bracket. Replace all. Then we'll just continue with this for every single letter in the alphabet. These 3, E is 4, and I'm using square brackets just so I can denote between one letter, or like 1-digit numbers and 2-digit numbers. Y, 25, Z, 26. Okay, now we should have 25 individual numeric cores that we're going to have to do. But, as a sanity check, the only way for this system to ever possibly provide a useful result is if the numeric cores for these are 26 or below. Now, given that these are all like 1 to 2-digit numbers, I think it's reasonably fine to assume that. Okay, next up, we're going to turn this into just like a series of individual staggered lines and just do them one after the other. So, this should just be a matter of, we're expecting an English result here. Okay, so 16979. We know 16 is 16. 9, 7, 9. Okay. What are we looking at here? Let's go with an assumption of subtraction just because it makes things a lot easier. I'm already seeing a promising outcome because 16 minus 9 is 7. We could then divide by 7 and then multiply by 19 for a 19. But I don't know if that's our best option. But in terms of doing a subtraction first, I believe it is. Because 7 times 7 would be 49, and that's not divisible by 19 at all. We could do something wild. Well, we can't do a division. That doesn't work. The only other possible option is multiplication as the first step, which makes us a big ol' number equivalent to 144. That's actually surprisingly nice to work with. So then we need minus and division. Is 144 divisible by 19? I sincerely doubt it, but I will check. The answer is no. So it would have to be 144 divided by 7, but that is also not divisible. Which means that subtraction, we got one. Multiplication works. Well, no, multiplication doesn't work for any of the possibilities, and division doesn't work innately, which means the numeric core of this is 19. Coincidentally, it's also the last letter of this particular cipher, so that's S. And suddenly, I'm feeling a little optimistic. It's either going to be plus 14 divided by 4, but that won't work because it's an odd number. So it'd have to be minus 14 for 5 times 4 for 20. So this would be 20. Oops. Formatting error. And if that's 20, that would be T. So we have, and we also have optimism that this is actually maybe working. It made like thematic sense, which is why I considered it important enough to record for this. By 1, we would not not get something divisible by 4, which is unfortunate. And then 36 is way too big. So this is another 12. Still. It says the word still. I think we have something here. It could be 5 5-letter words. Okay, so maybe we'll leave a little room. Are the composite parts of 12. So those are not going to work. This is an 18. And this is an R. Great. It wasn't a divide. We went with a subtraction. This would be 12 times 5. Yeah, no. It's a 19. Still water tints. I don't know. Now that we have a lot of the message, theoretically, I fear the value of this message. Still water tints 2 more 5-letter words theoretically. Is there something to this? I don't know. So 12 divided by 9 is right out. 12 times 9. Well, effectively, you're going to be doing 12 with 3 times 9, which is 27. That's too big. 13 times 1, I can imagine minus 9 being promising. Divide by 9 isn't going to do a thing for us. 13 times 1 minus 9 would be 4. Times 4, that's 16. We are in range here. And anything else here, a divide by 4 and a times by 9, well, on average, it's going to be a doubling. Or a halving. But if we're divided by 4 with odd number multiplications, it ain't working. So this is a 16. I need to remember what 16 is. J-K-L-M-N-O-E? K-L-M-N-O. It would be, yeah, it would be E. Suddenly I'm doubting myself. Stillwater tints bulp. Well, let's keep going, and if things make logical sense, if that's a different letter, we'll go back to it. If I think I got that right, it would be 267. So this is 11, and this would be K. That makes the least sense out of all of these, but I may have calculated the numeric cores wrong. We'll go back after we do one pass of all of them. 20 minus 15 divided by 5 times 19 is 19. So, as I understand it, staring at it right now, Stillwater tints bulk books. I'm gonna do the K again. Just every... Actually, no, I'm gonna do 13194. Every possibility. Okay, well, 12 times 9 is way too big. That's gonna be in excess of 100, and divided by, well, okay. It could technically, but it's not going to be better than that. 12 divided by 9 is 4/3. Times 4, unfortunately, doesn't make it a whole number, even though I really wish it did. $90, then 18, so it'd be 108. So that would be, Well, divide by 4, that's 27, which is just over. 13 divided by 9 minus 4 is right out. 13 minus 9 is 4. Divided by 4 is 1. This is an A. I'm pretty sure this is the answer. Still water tints blank books. So what does that mean? Well, truthfully, I don't know. The only thing that comes to mind is the blank books in the library. But I don't know where the still water comes from. How would we get still water? I'm thinking of all of the items we possess. If there's one that's associated with water, but we would have to like... Oh. Oh, wait a minute. The watering can? There's exactly one item that's associated with water. It's the watering can. There's an entire water mechanic that I barely ever use. Okay. Okay. This is an interesting clue, and I choose to believe that this is the clue being given to me. Still water tints blank books. We have a watering can to carry water. We have blank books in the library. I think these two need to mix. That's the only way I think this is working. But regardless, I think this is our answer. I'm gonna have to edit this in a way that makes it not inconvenient that the entire book section is just completely gone. But I assume this is just gonna be like a very hard cut thing that I just add as a supplemental. Still, water tints black books. Thank you for taking this time on the supplemental. I'm surprised at how quickly after the stream ended that I got this idea. I thought this would be a lot harder. I thought this would be esoteric, like some Noita eye glyph type stuff. I'm glad I caught on to this. This makes up for all of the instances where I struggled and had to like get external help. The study, technically the drawing room, technically the throne scepter thing because I got the wrong color. This has built up a pride in me. I'm glad I got this, and I'm glad I understand what to do out of this. I have no idea where this is leading to, but if this was so hidden you actually had to think about stuff, probably a big thing. Well, I'm Exception. This is In TV. Have a good day, and good night.